In today's video, traders, I want to share a brief talk. In it, I will share the equation for comprehensive trading management, how many parts it's divided into, and whether luck has anything to do with your success as a trader. I will also tell you which of these parts is the most important and which one is the smallest. Later on, we will discuss whether it's possible to predict the markets, their relationship with mathematics and probabilities, and how to leverage them in your favor. Additionally, I will explain why most traders fall short and share with you what you can do to set yourself apart from the 99% of other traders who simply wake up every morning hoping that their trading will magically change. Finally, I will talk about trading mentors, what purpose they serve, why they are important, and who or what the ultimate mentor is. As a bonus, at the end of the video, I will explain why I wear sunglasses indoors. I know many of you have asked, so I've set aside some time to explain it.
Hope you're enjoying the content we're putting out here, guys. Trying to create something where every single day you have a little something to take one step further. And the things that I put out fall into several categories, guys. I put out, obviously, trading content that's detailed, tactic-oriented, technique-oriented, method-oriented. So that's one category. Then I also put out material that's psychological in nature, that deals with the psyche of the trader. And this, in reality, is the largest part. I was speaking about this earlier, where the equation for total trading is comprised of three parts. It's tactics and techniques, it's psychology, and it's luck. And luck does play a part in everything. Chance, luck. The biggest part by far is psychology. The middle part, which is still relatively small in comparison to psychology, is the tactic and technique part. The 85% is psychology, 10% is tactic and technique, and 5% is luck. Now, any successful trader will tell you that luck is involved. It's small, but luck is involved. Absolutely. So you can get to a place where you begin to influence your luck. You begin to create your luck, dictate a portion of your luck. Never by 100%. Luck can't be controlled 100%. But you can start to create good luck for yourselves. You know, talent, skill, mastery bends or compels luck to be on your side the vast majority of time, like a very skillful craps player on the tables or a very skillful blackjack player. Luck is involved. There's no way to read all the cards and know everything. So you have to rely on luck to a certain extent. Anytime you're dealing with something where you do not know the future, which is not rigged, there is some luck and chance involved, always. And the market, and in this world, we have not been given dominion over the future. We have not been given the ability to look beyond our personal now, right? I'll call that not the future. Our personal now is the present, right? We have not been given the power to see very far beyond our personal now. We have been given the ability to control, dominate our personal now, but we have not been given the ability to control or dominate what is beyond our now, the future. What I started off in my professional trading career doing is trying to predict the future in the market, trying to predict where a stock is going to go, where a stock's going to be 3 days from now, 10 days from now. You can't do that. All you can do is work with probability. And with probability, put some protection on that, and you're done. If you've got a good set of probabilities that you work with, scenarios with good probability, we can't be certain that the one we're doing now is going to be the winning probability or the losing probability. So, but you don't have to know. You have to protect. So here's what I'm saying. Let's say, for instance, you have something that gives you a 7 to 10, 7 to 3, 7 out of 10 wins. 7 out of 10 wins. Let's actually be more realistic with that. Let's say it's 6 to 7 out of every 10 wins. Every time you do this one thing 10 times, you win sometimes 6 times, sometimes 7 times, but it's going to fall in there. Get to 10, you will have won 6 or 7 times. Do it another 10 times, you will have won 6 or 7 times. So that's what I mean by probabilities. When you have a good probability number on something, when you know your numbers, the rest becomes protection and just getting the 10. Protection, why? To protect yourselves against the 3 to 4 times that it doesn't work. Because if you don't protect that, those 3 or 4 times can destroy the 6 or 7 times that does work. So you've got to protect yourself from allowing the 3 or 4 times in that scenario from destroying you, right? So what else do you need? You need protection against the 3 or 4. And you just need numbers. Now get to 10. Get to 10 with that protection. Do the same thing every time. Just get to 10. You should have more money on trade 10 than you had on trade 1 before you started that 10 trade data set. And so this game doesn't, so when you have something like that, you don't need to read the future. You just need to get to 10. Who cares if the trade that you're taking right now turns out to be one of those 3 or 4 losses? Who cares if the second trade in your data set of 10 turns out to be a loss? You know that all I have to do is get to 10, that I will have 6 or 7 winners. I just can't stop because the first 2 trades out of the 10 trade data set happens to be the losing trades. You're just getting the 3 or 4 losing trades out of the way early. Some data sets, you get the losing trades at the end of the data set. Some data sets, you get the losing trades at the beginning of the data set. Some, you get them spread across the whole data set or in the middle of the data set. Who cares? Just get to 10. But see, here's the thing, traders. You've got to know your numbers. How many people do you think out here have their numbers down? How many people know their probabilities for this thing? I know my probability for this thing. I know my probability for that thing. I know that when I get to 10 on this thing, I win 7 times. I know when I get to 10 on this thing, I win 6 times. I know when I get to 10 on this thing, I win 8 times. How many people know their numbers? Virtually no one. And this is one of the contributing factors of trading really badly by the vast majority of market participants, because they're out here, guys, with no work put into this. They're out there just hoping that tomorrow is somehow going to be better than yesterday. They think that it falls from the sky one day, that one day they just wake up and they're just a successful trader without having put work in, without doing what I'm telling you to do, where you get your numbers straight, you get your skill level up, you get yourself psychologically fortitude and your emotions under control. This type of stuff doesn't happen overnight, traders. It's impossible. Nothing worthwhile happens overnight. Your future success is in direct proportion to the work that you put into yourself. Listen, the work is not put in on the market. This is a novice error. The error made by most novices is that they think that they're searching in the market for their future success. They think that it's in a tactic and a technique and an indicator. They think it's in the charts, but it's in you. You can go from stock symbol to stock symbol to stock symbol, but what's the common denominator? You are the common denominator. The stock symbol changes. The pattern in that stock changes, The price in that stock changes, but you stay the same. You are the common denominator. So if you lose in Microsoft and you lose in Facebook and you lose in Baba and you lose in PayPal and you lose in Starbucks and you lose in Twitter and you lose in Nike and you lose in Disney, all right, the problem's not the market. The problem's the common denominator, because wherever you go, there you are again. I'm going to say that again. Wherever you go, there you are again. And so if your experiences are the same, no matter what you change, then you know it's not what you're changing, right? Most novice traders are looking for the answers to their bad trading in the market, instead of turning 180 degrees in the opposite direction and working on these things that I try to teach you to work on. Getting your numbers straight, getting your probability straight, becoming psychologically sound, becoming rewired in a way on the psychological side is important. Changing your belief systems. These beliefs like up is good and down is bad will lead to failed trading. So there are many belief systems that are wrong, erroneous, and very detrimental to trading, but they're at the core of our societal conditioning. We've been conditioning that up is good and down is bad, that somehow buying is better than selling. These are human conditioning throughout the world. And I'm not saying that that conditioning is terribly wrong, but when it comes to trading, it's a problem, you know? And so there's a lot of work that has to be done on a trader. And one of the key reasons why this game is such a, why this game is such an individual pursuit, an individual journey, is because everyone comes to it with a different background, different educational level, different understanding of markets, different conditioning, a different upbringing by their parents, a different set of beliefs, you know, a different level of self-confidence. There's myriad things that make every person their own fingerprint. Someone so unique that there is no one cut generic model for you. Okay? And so the only thing you can do is to get a start from someone or from something. And you take that start and you build your own experience with that thought, with that start. Your own experience is your ultimate teacher. A lot of people say, Oliver, you're the very best teacher. You're my mentor. That is true. That is very true. But I am not your ultimate teacher. I am your guide, your mentor, your guide to your ultimate teacher. Because your ultimate teacher is not born yet until your experience grows to the tipping point. Everyone's tipping point is different. Once you build that experience to your tipping point, boom, the birth of your new mentor comes into being, happens and comes into being. And that is the voice, the teacher, the mentor of experience. Some would say, if you put a religious coat on this, they would say that's now the rebirth of the voice of God, right? So first you're governed by the voice of ego, which actually is the voice that is pretending to be the voice of God or the voice of experience. But that voice has to be subjugated, and a new voice has to come into being, the voice of experience. And that voice becomes your new guide, your deliverer. That voice becomes your savior. That voice becomes your future, your everything. That's why the voice of experience is often referred to as the voice of God in certain circles. So that is my role in your life. is to make sure that you are accumulating the right experience so that one day that growing experience reaches your personal tipping point, and that personal tipping point brings you to the promised land, or brings you to your true teacher. Why would someone wear sunglasses indoors? I've got, I think, like 3 videos on that. If you spend some time here and search those out, you'll find out. But I can tell you now very quickly, for those of you who are new, have no idea who I am, have not known my history over the past 38 years in this industry. But I started trading, guys, in 1981. And when I started trading, we sat in front of monochrome computer screens. Some of you are way too young to know what monochrome computer screens are. They're the old IBM computer screens with the black background and the green lettering. And we would just simply watch prices go by on these screens. And if you come in contact with any old timer like me that traded back in the 80s all day long in front of monochrome screens, they all have terrible vision. I contracted an eye condition where see this light? Any bright light shown to my face starts to irritate my eyes, and if I don't block it in some form of fashion, that irritation will cause infection and so forth and so on. This is caused by years and years of trading with monochrome screens. And so it doesn't matter whether I'm inside with a light or actually outside, and the glasses help. And plus, I look good. I said it. I look good. So there you go. There's your answer, buddy. Love you very much. Thank you all for your support, guys. This is something that I do not take for granted. Okay, I'm telling you, you're showing up, your loyalty, your support, your liking of my YouTube videos, your liking of my posts, your kind comments are really, really dear to me. It's something I don't take for granted. And I hope that I'm showing you that I don't take for granted, because I do put a lot of hours each day into providing something that I believe something of value to you every single day without ever asking you for a single cost for anything. Guys, I don't allow my channels to be sponsored. I get 3 or 4 sponsors every day that want to take advantage of my audience, that want me to sponsor their products, their things with that for thousands of dollars, and I won't do that. I don't want to take the focus away from what we do here, okay? And so I turn all of that stuff down. I'm not interested. I'm interested in leaving behind a legacy, a body of work that will outlive me for many years to come, that will serve as a foundation, a true, real, knowledge-based, information-based, no nonsense-based foundation of true trading information and knowledge for all the people that come after me, because this is something that I promised myself that I would do, because when I started in this game, there was nothing, absolutely nothing. It frustrated me to no end, and I made a promise one day that if I was to ever make it, I'm going to leave behind a legacy, a body of work that people will be able to access and go to and enjoy, and maybe not go down so many of the dead end lanes that I had to go down that wasted years and years of my life, right? And that's my motivation. That's why I do it. And I know there are people out there that want to preach that I do it for other alternative motives and I'm a bad guy and this and that. Ignore those people, guys. I know that you're smart enough to see, feel, which is very important as well, my authenticity in doing this. All right, all I want you to do is be better. And I don't want you to go down dead ends, because there's so many in this industry.